Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man, coming to you with another video. What's going on, everybody? Okay, so today I thought I'd get a little more in-depth about this Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser that's going to be opening in 2022 as part of the array of different things that's going to be going on for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. So anyways, it's going to be this kind of immersive experience that guests can go through that puts you in the Star Wars universe, sort of like I guess it's going to be like a cosplay type thing where the cast members and the crew strictly are in the persona of the Star Wars characters and what have you. And you get taken up into this Star Cruiser that's adjacent to Disney's Hollywood Studios, primarily behind Galaxy's Edge. And what it is a lot of immersive storytelling. There's going to be a lot of onboard cosplay and play-on characters that involve the guests and what have you. And so anyway, I thought I'd just kind of give you my take on this. And first of all, they released the pricing for what it's going to be like. So this immersive experience is a 2-night stay in the Star Cruiser, and it's primarily treating you as if you were on a cruise, so to speak. Now the difference is with the Star Cruiser, you can, once you go in, you cannot leave. You can't say, oh, I want to go to Epcot on this day, or I have dining reservations at Disney Springs. No, once you pay that premium price, you are in the Star Cruiser for 2 nights. Now they do, as part of the itinerary, they do take you into Galaxy's Edge for a few hours, but that is it. You can't experience any more of the park because apparently you aren't on Earth anymore. You know, you're in the Star Wars universe. So anyway, getting back to the price of this immersive experience, it is there's going to be about 100 rooms in this Star Cruiser, so it's not going to be too many rooms, not a whole lot of people. But anyway, it's going to be roughly $1,200 per person per night. So you're looking at a good, depending on the number or size of your family, you're looking at close to $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, you know, for this immersive experience. And I am usually one that is very, positive with Disney news and very excited for Disney news. And don't get me wrong, I still love Disney. It is a passion of mine. It is my way of life. But there are certain things, that people, don't really care for. And this is one of the things I do not care for this one bit. Aside from the pricing, the pricing is what really takes it over the top for me. But on top of it, you have this sort of kind of enclosed structure that limits you to what you can do. Okay, so at this time, in the itinerary, you have a lightsaber duel or battle or whatever. Go here for a droid race or go... those are nice, but I'm not spending $6,000 more than a Disney cruise, more than a trip to Disneyland, more than a trip to Walt Disney World for 2 nights stuck in this Star Cruiser, and to even go into Galaxy's Edge for a couple hours, and you get to... they don't even take you into Oga's Cantina. You get to have lunch at Docking Bay 7. Woohoo! And as you can see, my sarcasm with that. And you get to go and ride Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance. Well, here is the thing. Sometimes Disney attractions tend to not work during certain periods of time. So in the morning on, I think it's on day 2 of the experience, they take you into Galaxy's Edge to experience Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run. So for whatever reason, especially with Rise of the Resistance, if the ride is down due to technical issues, what are they supposed to do? Because it is at a set time that you are in Galaxy's Edge and then you have to get back to the Star Cruiser. So does that mean that you wouldn't have the opportunity to guarantee yourself to ride Rise of the Resistance and you're putting out that money? Or, again, you don't even get to go into Oga's Cantina. Oga's Cantina is more experience and high popularity than Docking Bay 7. So it's like, okay, I can, get a quick service meal. Okay. Food is included as far as being on the Star Cruiser, but I've seen the food. I mean, it has like a galactic, alien type food. And to be honest, it kind of reminds me of the snacking type food that they have at Oga's Cantina. And it's good. But it's basically food that's just transitioned into space food. And that bill came up to be almost $70 just for snacks and drinks. So again, it's more so to the notion of it's not worth the price. It really isn't for me. And it could be for some people. It could be for diehard Disney fans. It could be for especially diehard Star Wars fans. But to think you have to put out an X amount of money for a Walt Disney World trip and then an additional $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just to spend 2 nights on this Star Cruiser? No, thank you. Not in my books. And as I said before, I'm a frugal person. I balance the checkbook, and I save and I budget for these vacations. And to me, that is just not worth it at all. Plus, there's 100 rooms, and say you have, just say 2 people per stateroom, just to say. That's 200 people. So that means at the same time, you're taking these 200 people into Galaxy's Edge to ride Rise of the Resistance. What are you doing as far as intertwining the guests that are already there that have boarding group passes, and you're just going to intertwine them in? That's going to cause a major, how are they, or are they going to do that before Galaxy's Edge even opens? These are all questions that I have. And I'm not saying it's going to be a failure, but they are going to definitely have to work out a lot of kinks. And unfortunately, Disney has to work out those kinks before those guests step foot on that Star Cruiser. Because what's going to end up happening is, with that amount of money, I can see a person becoming very upset and irate. To put out those prices and you don't get the experience that you were promised, yeah, I'd be very upset too. I mean, I wouldn't suggest anyone getting vulgar or violent or anything, but I would definitely say state your piece, because that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And it's just, again, I am a Star Wars fan, but I am not a Star Wars fan of putting out $6,000 for 2 nights. As I said, if you are a person that does, more power to you. I'm only speaking on my behalf, my personal thoughts and opinions and feelings on it, and especially my concerns, because this is something that's going to be either completely and utterly hugely popular and successful, or it's going to be a total dud and a flop. There is no middle ground. It's either one or the other. It's a success or it's a failure. And for Disney's sake, especially for everything that they've been through and are continuing to go through, I hope it's a success. I want it to be a success. But these are the concerns that I have that could possibly lead down the road for it to be a colossal failure. And, and for me personally, to take all that time, effort, money, and room, what I would have done with it, because if you actually look on the map of Hollywood Studios, it's right in back of Galaxy's Edge, right next to the west side of where the parking lot is, the parking structure for Hollywood Studios. I basically would have used that land to expand Galaxy's Edge, because Lord knows Galaxy's Edge needs more to it. I mean, it needs a pulse, to be quite frank with you. And to expand Galaxy's Edge, to create more of a storyline to it than just one base storyline, or even expand Hollywood Studios and create a whole nother type of land that could be added on to it, say, like Indiana Jones, because, I mean, it kind of convey itself with Star Wars and Indiana Jones because of Lucasfilm, and they could, do so much with that. There were so many possibilities that they had that land for, and I just really don't think that building a Star Cruiser was the best way to go. And quite frankly, to be honest, it's sort of like an easy cash grab to say, hey, put out $5,000-$6,000, stay here for 2 nights, and, you hand us the money and we'll give you an experience. That's, basically it. But It's just not my cup of tea, folks. It really isn't. And as I said, there was so much more potential that they could have done with that land than just put a Star Wars Starcruiser there and ask for an arm and a leg to have guests go on it. Especially if you're a family that is a big family, maybe has a family of 4, a family of 5, and you have your kids are dying to go on it, but you can't do it because for 2 nights, I mean, you're going to be spending practically, it's a down payment on a house. That's basically what it is, what it comes down to. But let me know what you guys think. You can agree with me or disagree with me. You could have certain thoughts on it that maybe I don't, that I've overlooked or overseen. Please let me know. Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Bye, everybody.